Everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout and something kind of different this month. This month it's today's the 1st of July, so first and foremost, happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians, and we're celebrating 150 years this year, so it's a pretty special year. And so to celebrate that, and also that I am now part-time, I'm going to be doing a video a day for the entire month of July. So this is the very first one, and this was a bunch of just scraps that I had left over, and I'm going to try and do a layout with it. So I'm just looking, it was just some papers and embellishments that were just all thrown in one big baggie, and I'm going to try and use up some of these embellishments and papers and try to create a layout. Now these pictures were taken about 4 years ago, I would say, because Mason was a baby. He was maybe 5 months old and he's now 4.5, so it was exactly 4 years ago. And my family, my mom and my brother and his family, and like I said, my family and Jessica and Mason, we all went to this place where it was like a cabin and it was near a lake, and it was for fish. It was like a fishing trip, although I never did fish. We just stayed in the cabin and just enjoyed the nice weather and just kind of sat outside and just enjoyed the nice weather. But this was the lake that we could see from when we sat in sort of the living room of the cabin, and that's the lake that we could see right in front of us. And we had our own dock, and it was pretty cool. It was a whole lot of fun. There was each dock had little paddle boats that you could take out and canoes, and it was just a whole bunch of fun. So I was kind of thinking about that and how long it's been since we, kind of did anything with sort of my side of the family and went on vacation. So I ran into these pictures, or I saw these pictures, I guess, and I thought that I would scrap them. I find every year as, summer's approaching, I always get sort of nostalgic of, past trips that we did. And the top of the picture there, you can see to the left, I'm not going to scrap that one, but you can see the little dock there and all the little canoes and paddle boats. That was right in front of our cabin, so that was kind of fun. I just saw it sitting there, so yes, I get kind of nostalgic, and I'm like, summer's coming, and what fun things are we going to do this summer? And it just kind of makes me think of that. And then I kind of go through my pictures and like to scrap some pictures of previous vacations. So this, like I said, was 4 years ago, and this cardstock here is an old cardstock. It's about 20 years old. It's like from when I first started scrapbooking. It's not faded or anything like that, and it's kind of navy blue, and it's got sort of a fleck on it, but it's perfect for mounting photos because you don't see that extra fleck or anything. And I also like it to kind of mount whole 12 by 12. But for this one here, I'm going to mount the whole thing on a cardstock that was just in that leftover. And I had used the inside, as you can tell, I had used the inside to mount another photo that wasn't for this one, but was from another layout. And I'm just going through all the scraps that were kind of shoved into this big baggie, and looking to see which ones will fit better, sort of the tones that I want to use for this layout. I am going to ink the edges with a dark blue, and that's a distress ink. And a lot of the pattern papers, I'm using them in the size that they're in. Like some of them I'm trimming them because they're not fitting exactly. Like one of them is a stripe and the other one is words, and I want to put them together so that it makes a mat for my photos. And then I see this pattern paper and it fits perfectly under that floral one, which that one I did cut down a little bit because I wanted to see the plus sign pattern paper that was in the back. And that plus sign pattern paper, that was from a Die Cuts with a View pattern paper from an old collection. And I got to use it with some newer papers and it looks great. And now I'm using some little embellishments, and some of them were mason jars and they're just leftovers. So I'm going to trim them out because they had a white border on them. And then I'm going to use those for the start of my embellishment clusters. And when I start embellishment clusters, I like to use, whether it's a rectangle, a circle, or a shape of some sort. In this instance, it's going to be some mason jars. So while I'm fooling around with the embellishments, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the different kinds of stuff that you can expect this month. So first of all, I am going to put a video a day, every day for the entire month of July. Now, what kind of videos am I going to put up? I'm going to put up obviously some layouts. I'm going to put some product reviews, and I'm going to upload some snippets of my craft room, like a craft room tour. I am going to try to do some DIYs. I'm going to do a giveaway. I have all sorts of videos planned for this month, and it's not all the same thing. It's going to be all different things. And then I'm also going to be really active on my Facebook group. And if you don't know about my Facebook group, it's a Facebook group that just motivates us to get her done, like just get our layouts or our photos into layouts and into albums. So I have links to that down below. I have links to all my media things down below, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. It's all down below. And so that's going to be fun. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and the giveaway will be up in the first few days because it's going to be open the whole month of July, and I'll draw the winner on August 1st. So be looking for that the very first week. And so there'll be more details about the giveaway. Now back to this layout. I love pattern papers that have little cutouts on it. You can use it as, you can cut a row of, in this case it's cameras, or you can use it as a pattern paper as a layer behind your photos. But what I like to use them for is to cut them apart and then use them as little embellishments in my embellishment clusters. Now I'm feeling good about all the paper clusters and the embellishment clusters, so I'm going to start putting them all together. I see here in the corner of the picture that I am changing what I'm watching on my TV. And that reminds me, one of my favorite things to do while I'm scrapbooking is actually catching up on TV shows. What is your favorite thing to do while you're scrapbooking? Sometimes I like to listen to an audiobook, not as often as I do like watching a TV show, but sometimes I'll listen to an audiobook. But my favorite thing to do is binge watch shows on Netflix while I'm scrapbooking. And at this point on my TV, all I can do is watch Netflix. I can't go on YouTube yet. I have to do something in order to be able to do that, and I just haven't done it yet. It's just much easier just to click on Netflix and just watch Netflix. But at some point, I'm going to make it so that I can watch YouTube videos, and because I do love watching YouTube videos also. And the longer the better. Then that way I don't have to keep, switching it. So you please tell me in the comments below what do you like to do as your scrapbooking. I love going to a crop because then I can chat while I am scrapbooking. But most of the time while I'm at home, I scrap by myself. So the one favorite thing that I like to do is to watch TV shows. So at this point, like I said, I'm using the mason jar as the starter point for my embellishment clusters. On one of the 3x4 cards, like a project life card, it had all these sort of like tickets, and I detail cut them, and it said love, and I just like the way it just framed the picture to the right of the picture, and then with the mason jar. And then I cut around those little cameras, and like I said, I love those papers that have they have more than one function, whether it is flowers or cameras or tickets or anything like that you can cut apart and either use them as an embellishment on your layout, or you can use them as a layer on your page. I love pattern papers like that give you more than that one option. And now I'm feeling really good about how everything is looking, so I'm going to start gluing everything down. Now while I'm finishing that, I just want to talk about the speed of the video. I know I do quite a bit of layouts that I call scrap and chat, so it's sort of live. It's real time. It's not live, it's real time. And so the pace is really, how I scrapbook. But when I don't do it real time and I have to speed them up, to find things to talk about for 17 minutes, it's different than as I'm scrapbooking, because I'm actually doing something, so I can talk about, all different kinds of stuff. But when I'm doing the real time, it's, or the speed up time, it's more just to talk about what the layout is going to be. So at this point, I'm doing ×4. So basically, this layout took me an hour and 5 minutes to complete. And when you do it ×4, so you speed it up 4 times, it brings it down to about 17 minutes. Now, if I were to do it ×2, this video would be 30 minutes. So it's quite, it would be quite long. And I know the speed is, like I said, maybe it looks a little fast. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because I had a couple people mention that they found that the speed for these videos were a little fast. But if you go back to like before I did scrap and chat, my videos have always been ×4. And I think it's because I've done so many that were real time, so it looks like maybe it's a little faster than usual. But I've only sped it up to 4. So hopefully it's, not too fast. But if I'm going to do a video a day, I have to make sure that I have time to do the voiceover for all of them and be able to put a video up a day. And, during the 30 days, I'm sure I'll be doing some videos that I'll do the scrap and chat. So it'll be the real time, and it'll be a little slower for sure. So I just took out, as you saw, my drawer I have a drawer that's just for puffy stickers, and there's some of my favorite embellishments. So I made sure that when I divided up my scrap room, that I had a drawer that was just for puffy stickers. Now at one point, I'm going to feel like my layout is done. I am going to add some splatters and everything, and after I turned off the camera, I do end up going to some of my foam thickers, and I use the word fantastic, and I'm going to use that as my title. Now as I looked at my embellishment clusters, I said, two of them I have mason jars, and then the last one I didn't have a mason jar, and it felt like that cluster was missing something. So I dug into my stuff and found a third mason jar and just cut a piece of it and ended up putting it as, you know, part of the embellishment clusters. So now I'm looking for some enamel dots. I find it's always a great way to finish off some embellishment clusters is just adding some sprinkles of enamel dots to it, and it just seems to finish the embellishment clusters. And after this, I'm going to add some mist, and that's going to finish off this layout. So again, if you're new to my channel, I have this is a scrapbook process 634. So I have 633 other ones that you can go check out on my channel. And for the entire month of July, I'm going to be uploading a video a day for the entire month of July. I'm going to have a giveaway, and I'm going to be super active on my Facebook group. And I plan on staying active on my Facebook group from now on, because now I'm going to be part-time at my job and I'm going to be doing this full-time. So at the end of this video, you're going to see some close-up of this layout. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're excited about the video a day for the entire month of July, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. And again, happy Canada Day. Bye.